This is Time Corner, 90 Degrees of Geek, and you are in the corner, baby. Let's get this started. So I'm just going to be going over Fallout Shelter. I actually like this game a lot. I wasn't expecting to be playing this game for this long, or I wouldn't say this long, but for how many hours I put in it already. I was just expecting it because it's a free to play game, so you download it, and there are things that you could pay for in the game, but I haven't even checked that out. I haven't even looked to see what you can buy with with actual money for the game because I don't really care about that type of stuff. But I'm guessing it's to maybe speed up certain processes and get extra things to speed up your building of your vault and stuff like that. But I don't even know. I haven't even checked it out. But regardless, I wasn't even expecting to be playing this game this long. I was just expecting to get it, play it for like a few minutes or maybe like an hour or two or maybe a day or two and that was it. But I've been playing this game probably more than any other game over the last 2 weeks and I was not expecting this. But I like it. It's a good game. I guess you could say it's. I like how the level is, or how the design of the game is, how you go about advancing your stuff, and you don't always have to be playing it. You can stop it and come back later, and the time will progress. So everything's based on time in this game, and it's interesting in that. So when you first start off the game, they assist you. They give you a few people to help build your vault up. They give you a few, and you're the overseer. You're the overseer of people. So I'll get over it in a second, but you're the overseer, and when you get new people, I think you start off with 3 or 4 people. I can't remember, but you start off with a few people, and and everything's based off of time from the base of the game. Everything's based on, or the foundation of the game is based on time and the amount of people that you have in your vault. So when you first start off the game, you can build elevators, to get the different levels of your vault. You can build, I believe, a storage room. You can build, I believe, if I can remember off the top of my head, you can also build barracks. You can also build, I want to say, dining facility. You can build a water facility, and I think the electric facility. I think that's it. I'm not sure. I think the electric facility was closed off at first, or maybe the water facility was closed off at first, but I can't remember. Anyways, you can build a few things at first, but everything you build costs caps. Everything costs caps. And the thing is, though, is that, so the dining facility, I guess you could say they're mining. So you assign people to rooms. So the dining facility is a room, the electric facility is a room, the water purification or whatever you want to call it is a room, the storage facility or storage room is a room. All of these are rooms, and the rooms that you get access to later by unlocking them are rooms. Is what I'm just gonna call them all rooms. So when you first start off, they give you a few people, and it's like a I guess you could say it's like a help, or it's like a, what do you call those things when you first start playing the game and they give you like it's like a tour or a it's when you first start off, they're pretty much explaining to you how to play the game pretty much for a little bit. And anyways, so everything's based off of time and how many people you have in the game, and the more people you have, it unlocks certain features. So like if you have, let's say for instance, you can see all the rooms that you could build, but all of them are locked past the ones I just said. So I think the first one that you can unlock is, I'm just gonna say electric, the electric room. I can't remember. It might be unlocked from the beginning. I can't remember though. But let's just say the first one that you can unlock is the electric room. And once you unlock it, you can build it. But to unlock it, let's say you need 12 people or you need 10 people, but you only have, you start off with 4, so it's like that. So there's another thing that you can unlock, and let's just say the the medical facility, which builds med packs, and to unlock that, you need, let's say, 12 people. The STIP the radiation medicine, to build that facility, you need 15 people. And that's how everything is. You need people. The more people you get, the more you can build. And how you get more people is, in the beginning, they randomly send you people. I think up to like 3 or 4 people, but then after that they stop it. I think because I haven't received any people randomly for a while now. But later on, I think not. I think you can build a radio station, and a radio station allows you to say broadcast your location and tell people to try to come to your vault. And if you assign the right people to the vault, meaning if they have the right attributes, you can assign anybody to any room, but everybody has their own attributes. Like this person has a higher I, which is intelligence, than the person who has S, was the strength. So strength is for the electricity, and P is for, which I forgot what it stands for, but it's for the water processing one. I know it off the top of my head. And A is for the, which I think is agility, is for the dining facility. And everybody has its attributes, but some people have higher I than this person. Some people have higher S than this person. So it's also good because it's good to know what they have. So if you can assign them to a room, if you assign them to the right room, then they're going to work better. They're going to lower the time it takes for that room to generate something. So what I mean is, the dining facility, for example, is A based. It's like is an A rating. So if you assign anybody in there with a good A rating, it'll speed up the time in which the dining facility keeps recycling to generate food. So everything's time based. What I mean by that is, for instance, we're going to use a dining facility for a lot of examples. What I mean by that is, I think, I don't remember by default what the time is. Every room is different, but the dining facility, let's just say by default, which is not. I'm just gonna say by default, it takes 2 minutes for 2 workers to go through the time to expire for new food to be ready for you to assign, for you to gather. So if you assign like another person, it drops from 2 minutes to like a minute and 45 seconds, right? But if you assign everybody in there with high A's or high rated A's, then instead of being 2 minutes, it drops down. If you have 2 people in there, it drops down from 2 minutes to 1 minute and 30 seconds. And if you add another person, it's with a high I or high A, it drops down from 130 to like 125 or 115. So that's how it is. The more people you have in a room with better ratings for that room, the less time it is to generate whatever it is that room generates before it recycles and starts the time over again. And I think the max you can have is 6 people. So you can combine the same type of room together. So let's say I have one dining facility, and I want to build another dining facility. I can attach it to one that's already built to expand it to make it one big dining facility. And I think the most you can do is 3 for any room. Any type of room is 3 at the max, 3 or 4, and it's pretty good. So I like the game because it's like that, and it's a little bit of strategy involved again because you have to assign the right people to the right rooms, and once you start getting raided, so you can get raided. So there'll be raiders who break into your vault and try to kill all your people off. Why, I don't know, but they do it, and they go room by room. So if there's nobody in the room, they just go to the next room. And if you have people in the room, if it's like 3 to 1, that person, your guy's probably going to get killed, and they go to the next room. So it's always good to try to have the most equal amount of people in each room, the most as you can in each room. If it's not going to be, then try to have it to where the least amount of people is at a lower level in your vault. So that way the raiders have to go through them first. But sometimes it doesn't matter because you can also be infested with roaches, and the roaches can pop up anywhere in your vault. And that's just, and hopefully your people have good weapons. So eventually you'll get weapons like guns and stuff like that to where you can shoot and help your people raid, or help your people fight off raiders and roaches. And how it is how the combat is not, so you can explore outside of your vault. You can send somebody out there at one time to where they're exploring the vault, to where they're doing everything on their own, and whenever you want to recall them back, you can recall them back, and whatever they gather, and you can see their logs of what's going on, everything that they're doing, by clicking on the person that you sent outside the vault, and they show you everything that they're doing, whether they're being attacked, whether they're fighting somebody, whether they got something, and you can recall them anytime. So that's cool. And but inside the vault, and you also can send people on missions. So you can send up to like 3 or 4 people on one single mission, and it'd be a group of people. And now the missions actually work different than combat in missions. Is actually a little different than combat in the vault. So combat in the vault, you can't control anybody. They all fight on their own. You can't tell them who to shoot if there's like raiders. You can't tell this guy with the high power weapon to help this guy out, or you can't tell, or there's no special like hit moves in the vault. Pretty much, if you're being infested with roaches or if you're being attacked by raiders, just make sure you have the good amount of people in there to fight them off. Now, let's say they're being attacked by raiders, and you only have 2 people in there or 3 people in there. You want to send them help. You can go to another room and select somebody and send them to that room. If they have a weapon, they'll pull that weapon out and run to the room and help them out. If not, they'll just go there and fight with their fists, whatever. Now, you can. There are also random fires in the game, and when there's a fire in the game, and there are people in that room when a fire happens, they'll pull out fire extinguishers and try to put them out. If you want to send more people to that room to help put out the fire, then again you can just select somebody from another room and send them to that room with the fire. As soon as you do that, whether it's a fire or they're getting attacked by an enemy or roaches, they'll pull out a weapon or they'll pull out a fire extinguisher, go to that room that you told them to go to, help put out the fire or help kill the enemy. As soon as the enemy's killed or the fire's put out, they'll automatically go back to the room that they were assigned to originally. So you don't have to worry about that. Sometimes they'll stay depending on when you put them in that room. So if you assign them to that room and the fire gets put out before they get there, then they'll get there and they'll just stay there. So if you put them in there while it's going on and then it ends while they're in there, they'll automatically go back to the room. So that's pretty cool. But anyway, the game overall is just good. I like it. It's a little bit of strategy involved. Again, assigning people to the correct rooms. You can make babies if you want to get more people to your vault to speed up, to try to help to where you can start unlocking better rooms and unlocking rooms. You can eventually build weapons. You can eventually build clothes and armor and stuff like that. Now, to build the weapons and armor, you have to have. It's good to start. That's why it's good to send people out there to gather stuff, because the stuff they gather helps you build weapons and armor. And when you send people out on missions, they also can gather stuff like 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 magnifying glasses and scraps and stuff like that to help build weapons and stuff like that. But it's a good game. Again, the combat is a little different when you send people on missions. In that, when you're on a mission, you can tell somebody, "Hey, help this person attack this enemy." You can actually select what person you want, which enemy you want that person to shoot. So if you have a person with a high power weapon, you can say, "Hey, shoot this guy instead of that guy. Shoot this guy. Help them kill this guy." And sometimes there's also like a special power that pops up to where you can select a circle and depending on when you push it, it'll be like this powerful shot. Sometimes you can kill the person in one shot. So that's a little bit of extra things you can do on mission to help your people fight. But other than that, the combat's the same. But overall, I think it's a good game, interesting game. Playing it way longer than I expected to. I wasn't expecting to be on this game this long. But anyways, that's pretty much me for Fallout Shelter. I'll send a shout out. Fallout Shelter is a good game. I like it. Again, I was not expecting to play this game this long. I just got like tied into it, and I'm just like addicted to it. I don't even know why, but I like it. Interesting game for me. And again, you can. It's time based. It is a time based game though, so everything is actual time. So if it says it's going to take 1 hour, it's literally going to take 1 hour. So if you send somebody on a mission, sometimes the missions could take 3 hours for the person to get there. So you do have Nuka-Colas. So if you want to waste a Nuka-Cola, if you send people out on a mission, the Nuka-Cola would get them to that destination instantly. So instead of waiting 3 hours, well, actually it is time based. So if it's 3 hours, it's probably gonna cost you 4 Nuka-Colas or three. Sometimes I like to wait. We just wait it out. I'll turn the game off and come back. It'll be like 2 hours later, or I'll just go to sleep or go whatever, go somewhere else and come back and do whatever. So it is time based. So if you send somebody on a mission, you can use a Nuka-Cola depending on how many you need to use. If it's within 1 hour, usually it's only one Nuka-Cola. But also when you're building like weapons, you can use Nuka-Colas to speed up that weapon process. So when you're building a weapon, it usually takes like 2 hours to build. Depending on the weapon, it could take an hour, 40 minutes, 2 hours. You can use a Nuka-Cola to speed the process up or get it done immediately. Same for when you're building clothes. You can use Nuka-Colas to get it built done quickly. Same for when you have people learning a new skill or advancing their skills. So you can actually build rooms later on in the game. Once you get more people to your vault, again, everything that you unlock is usually based on how many people you have in your vault. But once you get enough people, you get to the point where you can start unlocking rooms to build. You can build rooms that help people's agility. You can build rooms a weight room that helps people's strength. You can build a library that helps people build their intelligence. and you can assign as many people to it that as big as your room is. So again, per I'm just gonna call them blocks. Per blocks is 2 people per block. So per room block is 2 people. So the max you can build, the most rooms you can attach together, I think is 3 or 4 rooms. Because I think the most I've seen people be able to go to them is 6. So the most people per room is 2, but you can attach rooms together, and the most rooms you can attach together is 3 or 4. I think it's 3, which makes it 6 people you can assign to one room max with what I've seen. So again, if you attach a person to a room that increases their agility, they'll be in there working out or they'll be in there studying, whatever the room is for. And sometimes it'll take 2 hours for them for that agility to cycle for them to get better in it. You can use a Nuka-Cola to speed that up, to speed their learning process up, to speed up their strength, to speed up their agility, to speed up their intelligence. You can use Nuka-Cola for that. And if you keep them in a room, once the time expires, it just so let's say they're like very low in intelligence, and you send them to the library to learn to make their intelligence get higher. Well, let's say at first it's only 1 hour and 30 minutes to increase their intelligence a little bit. Well, after that time expires, they learn more, so their intelligence went up. But now to get to the next level is going to be like 2 hours. So the next level is going to be like 4 or 5 hours. So that's how it is. So I'm guessing the pay part of this game to use your actual real money is for things like speeding up, the process of time, or maybe to buy Nuka-Cola, to buy or to unlock rooms quicker. So I'm guessing the money process of this game is to speed things up, sort of say. That's what I'm guessing. I haven't checked it out because I don't really care to check it out. I'm fine with just how it is. I'm fine with it be taking this time because I'm not. I'll play it. There's a lot to do in the game. You can manage your people, send them where you need to send them, do this and that. And that takes time. That stuff takes time, and eventually you'll realize you're on the game for a long time. But I like it. It's an interesting game. Interesting game for me. I'll probably be like I said. I'll probably do some talk outs for this. I don't know. We'll see. See how that goes. But anyways, it's time my corner. I'm about to head out, get a little workout going in, and then head back to work. Time my corner out. Again, Fallout Shelter is a good game.